Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are on page 115 of your student journal. Page 115 of your student journal. And our objective of the day is, today I will write and evaluate expressions. Okay, so let's kind of look at our objectives. So today we'll write and evaluate. Evaluate is just a very fancy word for solve. So today I will write and solve expressions. Okay, and we've looked at this word expression many times so far. Expressions are numbers, symbols, and operations grouped together with no equal sign. So they've given us some expression examples. We've looked at what parentheses are, and then remember when we solve these, we follow this thing called order of operations. And when we solved it, we called our order of operations, our little cheat sheet is PEMDAS. And remember, the M and D and the A and S, those are both teams. So those, I don't do multiplication before division, I do it as a team. So whichever one comes first, in multiplication and division, I do first. Whichever one comes first, I do it first. So when I solve, remember, I follow PEMDAS to help me. Okay, our steps today, we're going to adjust a little bit. So it says read the sentence. You're going to see that some of these sentences are going to be word problems. And then interpret the sentence. Interpret the sentence just means to make sense of it. That's all it means. But then it straight jumps from make sense of the sentence to evaluate the expression. Well, before you evaluate the expression, you have to write an expression. So we're going to add a step between 2 and 3. We're going to add step 2.5. Okay, and this is going to be the most important step. Is you have to, before you can evaluate the expression, you have to write the expression. Now, when you write the expression, the key part is make it clear what happens first. So when you write your expression, you have to make it clear what does the solver need to do first. And remember, the way you make it clear is you use parentheses. Okay, so our steps are we're going to read the sentence or word problem. We're going to interpret or make sense of the word problem. Then we're going to write the expression, make it clear what needs to happen first. And then we're going to evaluate the expression, which remember, evaluate just means we're going to solve the expression. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get started right away on mine. So I'm going to set down my green pen. And if you want to set down your pencil, you could just watch for a moment. Here is my first problem. And my first problem says, Danny bought 4 red handballs and 3 yellow handballs. Each ball cost $5. How much money did Danny spend? Okay, so there's lots of ways to attack this word problem, but what they're asking you to do and what they'll be asking you to do on an assessment is you have to be able to write the expression. So they want a really clear expression for this. So, so what do I know about this? Because step 2 is make sense of it. Well, he has 4 red handballs and he has 3 yellow handballs, and each handball cost $5. So what I could do is I could say I would add the balls. 4 plus 3, that's going to tell me he had 7 balls. And then if each ball cost $5, that would be multiplication. So he had 7 balls and each ball was $5. Now, the problem with how I wrote it is if someone comes to solve this using PEMDAS, they're going to multiply before they add. So the way that I let them know that I need them to add how many balls there are first is I put parentheses. Okay, so I wrote my expression, I made it clear what I want to happen first, and now I can actually solve it or evaluate it. So, do I have any parentheses? Yes. 4 plus 3 is 7, which are my balls. Copy everything else down. I have no exponents. Yes, I have some multiplication or division. 7 times 5 is 35, and I'm done. So Danny spent $35 buying the 7 balls. Okay, and this would be an important part on an assessment. They would want to see your expression, and then they might also want to see your answer. Okay, so don't jump straight from this to your answer because this is an important part. All right, let's look at our second one, or my second one. What is the relationship between the two expressions? Okay, so here's my two expressions. Relationship means what can I say about how they're connected? Okay, so prove your answer. Okay, I think before I do anything, I'm going to solve them. And you know me, I don't like when they write them small, so I like to rewrite my work. Okay, so I'm going to solve this one first. Now I'm writing PEMDAS, which is probably silly because there's only one order, only one operation. So I probably didn't even need to write that. It's 12. Okay, over here though, I do need PEMDAS because there is more than one operation. So there are parentheses, there's no exponents, and there is multiplication and division, which would give me 36. Okay. So I have now solved them both, but what they want me to say is they want me to say what is a relationship. What could I say about these together? Well, I could say that B, 36, is 3 times bigger or 3 times larger than A. So I could probably just say that. So I'm going to say B is 3 times larger than A. And they want me to prove my answer. I don't have a lot of room down here. And I could prove it by saying 36 is 3 times larger. Sometimes I don't like that they don't give me enough room. 3 times larger than 12. So that's my relationship. What can I say about them together? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's try some of these together ourselves. Okay, we are on page 116. Here is our first problem. Okay, and first it says we need to read the sentence. So let's read it. Sandy had 3 boxes with 11 scarves in each. She gave 5 scarves to her sister. How many scarves does Sandy have left? Okay, our second step says to kind of interpret the sentence, so make sense of it. So what is this telling us? Well, she has 3 boxes, and I always like to act them out with my hands, so I can say like she has 3 little boxes, and there's 11 scarves in that, 11 scarves in that, and 11 scarves in that. So those are all her scarves, and then she gave away 5. Okay, so it kind of makes sense to me. So now I'm ready for step 2.5, which is to write my expression. Well, if she had 3 boxes with 11 scarves in each, that's multiplication. And if she gave 5 scarves away, that's subtraction. Okay, so this time, if I'm going to use PEMDAS to solve this, I want to find out how many scarves she has. Well, if I know there's 3 boxes and 11 in each, I know she has 33 scarves. So I need this done first. Even if I don't have parentheses, if I follow my order of operations, this should be done first. So I could leave it without parentheses. So I'm going to say no parentheses, no exponents. Yes, there's multiplication or division right here. And that tells me how many scarves she has. There's no more multiplication or division, and there is addition or subtraction. So she has 33 scarves because there's 3 boxes with 11 in each. Now she's going to give away 5, so 33 take away 5 is 28. So she has 28 scarves left, and that's how I would attack that. And remember, this part is going to be just as important as the answer. Okay, let's look at our next one. So it says, what is the relationship between the two expressions? Prove your answer. So let's first solve them. So here is our first one, and there's two operations in parentheses, so let's use our PEMDAS. So do I have parentheses? Yes. 14 minus 3 is 11. Copy everything else down. Do I have any exponents? Nope. Any multiplication or division? Nope. Any addition or subtraction? Yes. So A's answer is 9. B, I don't really need to use order of operations or PEMDAS because it's just one simple problem and it's 11. Okay, so what could we say is, how could we relate these? Well, we could say that A is 2 less than B, because A is 9 and that's 2 less than 11. And then I can explain that. I can say 9 is 2 less than 11. So I proved why I said that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you have a couple pages to try on your own. Have a wonderful afternoon. Bye-bye.